Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Tardis Wiki Roulette. I'll just get this out of the way. Don't know why that was still there. We're a professional production after all. So, yeah, the most important question of all, who would win in a tickle fight? Batman or Iron Man? Cast your votes in the beautiful poll above and we'll take a look in a little bit and then make a new poll because engagement. Hey! Welcome to Tardis Wiki Roulette, the show where we TARDIS a wiki, roulette. This is the part where we explain how the show works for the imaginary first-time viewers that we have. So, the way it works is we go on the Tardis Wiki here, we select articles, and then we go onto our beautiful wheel right here, and then after that we we spin the wheel, which we're going to do in a moment, and then, if you can imagine such a thing, we pick what the wheel lands on, and then we look them up on the TARDIS Wiki, and hopefully, like, fun stuff ensues. And I can see already new entries. King's Demons, Demand, and Captain Marvel will all be added. Alan says hi as well. Metal. Let's see. I like this new view for Alan, this new beautiful full-sized wheel. We are doing Fallout Wiki roulette, by the way. And if you would like to, one second. If you would like to add to that one, today, then you can, because we have it right here. Right here. Okay, so this is our Fallout wheel, which you can't see any of the entries on yet. However, if you would like to add something to that, just specify that it's for the Fallout Wiki and then add it on. I really need entries for this, or I'm just going to add a bunch of generic stuff and we're going to muddle our way through. And while that will still probably be pretty good, I would like to be crisp and proper about it. Although, let's be real. So yeah, back to Alan regular edition, and now I'm going to have to readjust everything because apparently that like wrecked the screen resolution. We're already off to a great start here. Wow, that's big. That's really big. Oh look, you can see the old overlay underneath it. That's fun. Remember the old overlay? I like this new version better. I like the more minimalist approach, and not just because it's way easier to cut into shorts than the original version was. Okay, so yeah, I saw some extra stuff. I added Tech Wizard and TD1 already. You're all good on that front. I've got to add the King's Demons, Demand, and Captain Marvel. Oh wait, I already added those. Sweet. Wow. Okay, we're actually good to spin then, isn't that? I love spinning. You love spinning them. Let's just make sure. Yeah, TARDIS Wiki is fine. TARDIS Wiki is fine. I'm not sure why it felt the need to mess up the thing there, but hey. A recommendation for the Fallout Wiki Roulette special random. I'll put it on. Really interested to see what it does. Really interested to see what it does, especially because I need to know if this even works. I'm messing the whole thing up again. Let's find out. Over there, I'll save that. Thank you. That's another one in there. Oh wow, we're good this time. Awesome, awesome. It just switched back and forth seamlessly. Did you add Tech Wizard and TD1? I did add Tech Wizard and TD1. I added those before the actual stream started, so we're all good. 50 Shades of Alan. Blue and yellow Alan? Yeah, we're gonna have blue and yellow Alan for Fallout, because those are the Fallout colors. Because branding! Branding is very important, and so is synergy. Fallout's good though. By the way, I've got community polls coming out like all week and all next week. Vote in the community polls because they're fun and because they help me out. I'm Batman and I would win. Hashtag Iron Man sucks. Batman is absolutely dominating on this poll so far. And so black and red are the Doctor Who colors. Black and red are like the roulette colors because we started with this. Eventually, my grand master plan, is to turn this into more of a general wiki roulette show where we have like 10 wheels and then we have a wheel that we spin that determines which franchise we look at. And then we spin another wheel So there's going to be like fractal wheel spinning going on. That's the end game for this. But first we need to actually build those wheels, and that's what the next few months is going to be, like trying out different ones. I think next week we're going to do Godzilla Wiki Roulette, which should be fun. I love gambling. It's why I'm living in cheap student accommodation. Here's the thing. That's actually the appeal of this show, Who Designs Creative, is that you get the heady thrill of gambling without actually having any, like, horrible debt being incurred on you. Wheelception. Dennis the Menace Wiki Roulette will be dandy colored. Clearly. Wheelception is the plan, though. So TARDIS, Jenny, Fallout. Yeah, there's loads. I have a bunch planned. If you look at the polls that I'm going to be putting out, you can almost see them as hints as to some of the wikis that I'm going to be using. But they're all friends of TARDIS Wiki. They're all people that are in, you know, the circle. I'm not going to be doing any fandom wikis. I'm not going to be doing anything like that. It's just going to be independent wikis that deserve the attention. Anyway, I think that we should spin the wheel now, because it's already been 7 minutes, and that's far too long. Because we do nothing but wheel spins here. We certainly don't go off on random tangents about meaningless bullshit. Hey, Alan! Are you awake? Is your makeup on? Are you ready to spin the wheel for these beautiful people right here?
Yeah, baby.
You know he loves you just as much as you love him, right? Alan's love is eternal. Alan's love is forever. Alan's love permeates all. And it has landed on cryptocurrency. This is a good start to proceedings, isn't it? I don't know anything about cryptocurrency except that it's a scam, probably. I think that the best way to learn about the emerging market of crypto is to look on the best place to learn about the emerging market of crypto, TARDIS Wiki Roulette. So let's go over there really quickly and learn some facts about cryptocurrency. Dum 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 dum. Cleo Proctor claimed that Tony liked cryptocurrency and Mrs. Brown's Boys. Oh, so it's kind of like enjoying Mrs. Brown's Boys? I guess being into cryptocurrency is a red flag from a dating front. And that's all you need to know about cryptocurrency. Bye! Okay, I'm going to turn that into a short. Thanks for that. That was a great start to proceedings. Why don't we spin the wheel again? Oh wait, I got actual things from Najawin. Najawin dropping in actual knowledge. Here we go. Here we go. Here's everything you need to know about cryptocurrency. The technology behind it is actually interesting, but has very limited use cases. The people who are really into it are awful. Yeah, I've noticed that. That's definitely the impression that I seem to have from learning about cryptocurrency. The people who are really, really vocally against it are also awful. What about people like me who are like ambivalent against it, but lean kind of towards against? You know what I mean? Like, I don't really care. You know what I mean? I don't want people to get scammed, but other than that, I just don't really care. I'm gonna turn off my heater really quickly because it's really loud. Now we're gonna have to wait 30 seconds for my heater to turn off, but it is nice. It's very toasty in here. So now the question is Najawin's very sensible and intelligent and well put together explanation of cryptocurrency going to make it into the short that I'm going to cut from that? That's the real question. To find out, watch the short and then watch it 5 more times. My suggestions aren't on stream. Can anyone else see them? I can't see them. Why don't you should repost them? See if you can repost them. How much against cryptocurrency is too much against cryptocurrency? That's a really good point, actually. Najawin, what's the bell curve there? While we're discussing that at length, why don't we go over to the wheel and spin again? Yes, Alan, are you ready to give the people what they want?
Yeah, baby.
Like I said, he loves you. Never forget that Alan loves you. Random page! And he has decided to express his love by giving you yet another swim in the pool that is random chance. That sweet blue oasis over here at Something Blue Audio. So let's go over to random page. Oh, I can't see it. Shit. Hold on. All right, there it is. There it is. There it is. All right. I'm gonna open the random page and then I'm gonna navigate back. Because I didn't want to mess everything up. Andrew Staines, the actor. Andrew Staines had several roles in Doctor Who. He shared his memories of his Doctor Who career on the 160th edition of Big Finish's charitable podcast series, Toby Haddock's Who's Round. He is the nephew of Barry Letts and cousin of Dominic Letts. He was Sergeant Tobennick in The Enemy of the World, Googe in Terror of the Autons, Carnival of Monsters as the Captain, and Planet of the Spiders as Kiva. Hang on, he's not called Googe in Terror of the Autons. He's called Gooch, which means that if I remember correctly, isn't he the guy that gets turned into a tiny little man in Terror of the Autons? Yes! Yes, I am correct. As usual. It's this guy. It's this guy. It's Gooch. It's Mr. Gooch. We all love Mr. Gooch here on Tardis Wiki Roulette. Let's take a look at his article. Albert Gooch was a technician at the Beacon Hill Research Establishment at the time of the second Nestine invasion of Earth. He expressed regret at his wife Elsie Gooch's fondness for including boiled eggs in his packed lunch, even on the day of his demise. As part of his scheme to bring the Nestines to Earth, the Master briefly took control of the radio telescope. He killed Gooch using the TCE. Gooch's shrunken corpse was left within his own lunchbox for the Third Doctor to discover. Do you think that if Gooch was alive today, that he would have been into cryptocurrency? What crypto do you think that Gooch would have been into? His name was rewritten by Faction Paradox. Well, the book and the credits say Googe, it would appear. Yeah, but that's not what it says. I heard the words Big Finish and charitable in one sentence, and I think charity would be donating to all of the Bernie Summerfield New Adventures to students, and then it just says me, I cannot afford them. I agree. Donate all of the Bernie Summerfield New Adventures to Woo Designs. Should happen like right now. Also, the crypto millionaires have realized that all their assets are in a very speculative, volatile medium that they can't cash out in if someone else buys. So they need another bag holder, and they want it to be the federal government. More real-world information there from Najawin. So here's an interesting claim to fame. Gooch has the distinction of being the first on-screen victim of the Master and the TCE. And in the fanfic that I've written, he's also the first off-screen victim of cryptocurrency, as we learned today. That now I can cut it into a video, because that's a good 6-7 minutes. That's sweet. Thanks, guys. Naja window into the real world. I like that. Because it's fucking accurate. Oh, we're doing Doki Doki Literature Club, by the way. So come watch me play Doki Doki Literature Club tonight on Twitch at Wild Magic. Should be a good time. Oh, let's spin the wheel again.
Yeah, baby.
I wonder what's going to happen this time. Oh, you're suggesting stuff? Alan, are you trying to say something? You trying to be fucking funny, mate? Are you having a laugh? Or do you think it's just his commentary on cryptocurrency?
Yeah, baby.
Well, I guess that answers that, doesn't it? It's good to learn these things and understand these things about Alan. I guess he just really doesn't like cryptocurrency. Herbert Hoover! I've just learned that wallowing doesn't have a page on Tardis Wiki Roulette. Does wanking though? Let's find out. Let's look up wanker on Tardis Wiki Roulette and see what comes up. And then we'll see if I can get this video monetized. No, I really think it's fine. I really think it's fine. Alright, so Gwen Cooper told Owen Harper that he could be such a wanker sometimes after he brushed her off when he tried bringing up their sex affair. He said, fine, let's not. I was getting bored of your fuck tricks anyway. Was that a real line of dialogue? Was that a real line of dialogue that was like written by a human being and then said by another human being to another human being and then filmed by another human being and then put on TV and broadcast to millions of human beings? Sorry, it's Torchwood. Hundreds of thousands of human beings? What the hell? What is Torchwood anyway? Jesus. Bernie Summerfield told Straxus, who was interrogating her, that he was rapidly climbing up her list of top 10 wankers. See, that's something a human would say. That's much better. Jeez. Of course it's Torchwood. Torchwood, best show ever. Bloody Torchwood. Based Benny. Oh, what was well said? Ha! They said fuck. Oh. Is there a plan for the FP wiki to fork? There better be, because then I can do Faction Paradox Wiki Roulette, and we can get up to some real madness. Bruh, Torchwood is actually good though, I promise. Bits of Torchwood are good. Like, Torchwood has moments that are really good, and a couple of really good episodes. But by and large, like, it's trash. Like, and you know what? The trashiness of it, it doesn't just extend to, like, the bad episodes. It extends to the good stuff as well. Even Children of Earth has some bits in it that are, like, garbage. The one I always think of is, even though it's supposed to be this, like, really gritty, dark indictment of how the UK government responded to, like, Iraq and stuff, even though, like, Brian Greene is clearly meant to be Gordon Brown and, like, it's got all of this, like, real world stuff, even though it has, like, that incredible scene of, like, them taking the people's kids away and, like, all of the dads, like, standing up, and that beautiful moment of, like, working class solidarity. It also has that stupid scene where Captain Jack Harkness gets a replica of his coat back and they treat it like it's his fucking superhero outfit, and he puts it on and they start playing the do 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 do, and, like, I think one of them actually, like, does a little clap for him, and then, like, they all do a little power walk out of the warehouse where they've been hiding out, like, yeah, now we're back in business, and then he immediately gets Yanto killed, like, immediately after that. It's fucking awful, man. Even the good Torchwood isn't really that great, to be honest. Children of Earth is good, but I think people give it a lot more credit than it deserves because it's, like, really dark, and people equate it being really dark with it being really good. Whenever someone says that Children of Earth is, like, the best Doctor Who product, I kind of look at them like, are you sure about that? Are you sure that's your actual opinion? Are you sure you're not just saying that because you think it makes you look like a fucking hipster? Because it does. I love that whole bit. It's okay. You're allowed to love that whole bit. I just don't love it. That's the thing. This stream, I'm not. When I say these things, I'm not like, this is objective fact. You should believe this too, or you're a wanker. What I'm actually saying is, hey, this is my opinion, and I'm gonna say it really loudly, and hopefully make a few pennies along the way, because that's the dream. I feel like aspects of Children of Earth doesn't age well in the age of conspiracy theory culture. Why don't you elaborate on that? What do you mean by that? Because, I mean, at the end of the day, like, some conspiracies did turn out to be true. Like, Operation Paperclip used to be a conspiracy theory, and then it turned out we actually were using Nazi scientists to build rockets. Like, I don't know. I agree that conspiracy theory culture has gone too far, but that doesn't mean that we should never, ever, ever distrust what the government is doing. When he got his coat, he earned the captain. He didn't earn shit though. He just sat around moping and then got given the coat. It's like the coat is the source of all of his powers. It's fucking lame. True though, I do actually like Miracle Day because of its premise, though I do like Children of Earth. Miracle Day, even though it's not like great, it has got some really interesting ideas, and I do think that in the same way that Children of Earth is a little bit overloved, and this is speaking as someone who does love it, to be clear, it is really good. I think Miracle Day is underrated. I think there's some stuff in there that's like really good, and I think that a lot of the socio-political commentary has aged like wine in Miracle Day. I also fucking hate Rex Matheson. Ryan, are you using Nazi scientists? Am I using Nazi scientists to build the perfect wheel? Is that what you're asking? I'm gonna have to plead the fifth on that one, I'm afraid. Imagine if that happened with the Sixers coat. I know! Imagine if they did that with Sixers coat. Like he's all sad in an episode where he's like really downbeat, and then they get back the fucking rainbow frock and give it to him. Oh dear. Could you imagine like Six doing it? Imagine the scene from Vengeance of Varos where Six is pushing the guy into the acid bath and he goes like, "You'll forgive me if I don't join you." Imagine that whole scene, but the soundtrack is just I think that would improve it at least 10%. Don't diss the sexy drip. I will diss the sexy drip. I wish they'd let him wear black velvet, man. He would have looked so fucking cool. He would have looked so sexy in black velvet, man. Imagine in an alternate universe, Colin Baker got to wear the outfit he wanted and like have a little bit more creative control, and like as a result, he like never got depressed and was able to like be his best self. And like, there's a universe where Six is seen as like the sexy doctor. He's the sexy doctor. He wears black velvet and he kills people really violently. He's the sexy doctor. Wouldn't have that been the fucking best? Six is Sigma and his outfit is peak, not as good as Seven though. Seven is great. All of the classic Doctors are great. Six might be my favourite Doctor, that's why I could rag on him so much. He already is the sexy Doctor. I meant in the eyes of the general public, not among those who know the real truth anyway. We already know that Colin Baker is the sexy Doctor, but I'm talking about Daily Mail readers. There's a sense in which every conspiracy theory is one conspiracy theory and it's all Elders of Zion. Yeah, as long as you can't like replace the villains of the conspiracy theory with like with Jewish people, it's probably worth looking into, even though it's probably not real. But at least it's not actively dangerous like those ones are. 6 equals Proto 12. Absolutely, he does. That is true. That is true. I've been listening to the old Big Finishes lately, and the Six and Evelyn stuff is great. You should listen to it, by the way. It's all free on Spotify, so you've got no excuse. There's a sense in which you can in Children of Earth. Oh my god! You kind of can as well. Oh, Russell. Then again, I mean, it was written by the man who decided that the best way to introduce a black doctor was to have his long-standing companion be casually racist to him. So we can't be too surprised, can we? We have to wait for Doctor 18 to get peak again. Yeah, I know. Sack Russell T. Davis. Sometimes a bit, yes. Sometimes. I got a fly off and it's like killing me. I'll be back in 1 second. 1 second. So, fun lesson for those of you. This is a little moment of life in a day of the life of a heavily bearded man such as myself, of a hairy man. So when you have a mustache like mine and it has lots of long hairs, sometimes one of those hairs will like bend the wrong way and point upwards into your nostril. That is called a fly-off. And if you ever see me do this, it's because one of my mustache hairs has flown up into my fucking nose. And I'm currently trying not to sneeze. That's usually what it means. So that's more lore for you there. But I'm good now. What's that? Suckle these Davies? No, I'm good. Actually, I thought about it for a second. I weighed it up in my head, but I think I'm good. Oh, there's a Dead Ringer sketch. Sack Doctor Who. He's participating in Genocide right this moment. Which Genocide is he participating in right now? Spin these Davies in a second. The Dead Riggers sketch Doctor Who versus the Cyberman has the fourth Doctor, John Colshaw, telling Neomorph Cyber Leader that they are the best mate in the whole galaxy, and he does not care what the Daleks say, adding they're a bunch of wankers. Okay, now we're going to spin. We've been doing pretty good today. We've had a lot of spins. Let's spin again.
Yeah, baby.
Ooh! 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 That's a good one. Okay. Right, the other. Oh my god, the lore gets even thicker. Right, so if I type the stranger into TardisWiki, it goes straight to this page. Isn't that fucking fascinating? Why don't we learn some more? The other, or sometimes simply the other, or maybe sometimes when he's feeling a little bit spicy, the other. And also referred to in some tellings as the stranger, the nameless, or the timeless, was one of the original founders of Time Lord Society, along with Rassilon and Omega. The origin of the Other remained a mystery for later Time Lords. The Other had a mysterious connection to the Time Lord known as the Doctor, and, in some accounts, to renegade Time Lords in general. According to some accounts, the Other was reincarnated via the loom of the House of Longbarrow to become the Doctor, or was otherwise a previous iteration of the same being as the Doctor because of the Eternal Return. And if you don't know what the Eternal Return is, you need to watch every single episode of TARDIS Wiki Roulette to find the part where we spin on Eternal Return, and read the article for Eternal Return. What do we think about the Doctor being the Other, as it used to be? What do we think about that? Is the Doctor the Other? I'm too busy arguing for Sprout Boy to be a probe employee. I think that you can take the tiny amount of time in your day that it would take to watch every single episode of TARDIS Wiki Roulette to find the answer, Lamb. I think you could do that. For me. Add deja vu. Nice try, Xavier. No, is Tectayun the Other? Yes, canonically, in the TV show, Tectayun is the Other. Yes. Yes. That is how that works, yes. Because the current show is fucking stupid. Like, it's really weird that they decided to introduce the Other and to kind of canonize all of this stuff from like the books, but also at the same time, Chris Chibnall was like, well, I can't just do the books, so I'll piss on them a little bit as well. And so now we have the Other, we have the idea of the Doctor having like an abusive parent, which is an amazing idea, don't get me wrong. So much like potential for exploration, so much you could do with like how the Doctor would react to that, how it would inform their actions going forward now that they have that knowledge again, and then they just kill her. And it's like, no, you can never use Tectayun again, actually. All that potential, gone. So, like, not only is all of that potential gone, but at the same time, like, the other thing is ruined as well. And I don't particularly want the Doctor to be the other. However, it's a lot better than what we got. It had a lot more thought put into it than what we got, which was like, let's just rip off the other, but make it worse. Just imagine the Doctor inheriting the cold and manipulative traits from Tecteun. I mean, they probably did. They probably did. That's probably where all that shit comes from. Unfortunately, we can never explore that now. Thanks to Chris Chibnall. Chris, character development is dead. Chibnall. Keep reading the page. I think I will. It's pretty interesting, actually. It's a bit long, so I might have to, like, pop over, but it is pretty interesting. The other's alternative moniker in Gallifreyan folklore as the Timeless suggested a connection to or post hoc folkloric conflation with the Timeless Child, a much less proactive but equally mysterious entity from early Gallifreyan history whom the modern Doctor also came to believe had in some sense been reborn as them. According to other accounts, the Doctor was present on ancient Gallifrey under an alias because they had time travelled back to early Time Lord history. The 11th Doctor briefly used the Other as an alias when confronting a younger Rassilon on ancient Gallifrey, having travelled back in time to aid in the start of Time Lord civilization. However, Rassilon also seemingly expressed a familiarity with the man. The stranger, who advised Rassilon on many occasions, seemed to be the 6th Doctor. Isn't that wild? Isn't that wild? How does any of that work, eh? Unfortunately, RTD seems to care more about bringing back the last of the Time Lords plotline. Well, yeah, because, I mean, he wrote that. He wrote that. Ah, man. Ah, man. Can't wait for how the invasion of the Cybermen that was completely ignored in the future because everyone was asleep to come back. I'll tell you a red hot take that I have about Russell T Davies and Russell T Davies too. I think that he's a bit too cynical about how he incorporates Ncuti's real life trauma into the scripts. I felt like him having the Master killing the Time Lords, specifically using the word genocide, and then hanging on that for Ncuti's reaction, did seem a little bit like they were exploiting his trauma for critical acclaim. And I wasn't a particularly huge fan of that, because at the end of the day, what Ncuti went through was like more horrible than anything any natively British person has probably ever gone through. And it felt a bit strange to me. Like, on the scene, I felt a pang of sadness for the man a little bit, but that's just me. I think we should spin the wheel again. I think we should spin it right now. At the same time, he fucking floored that because Ncuti is a tremendous actor and phenomenally talented. I really hope his second season gives him some more like meaty stuff to do. Kind of felt like he wasn't really present in his first season, which is a shame. Because we kind of got to see him fully carry an episode on his own in Joy to the World. And while that episode does have some issues, he is very, very good in it. Very good. We should spin the wheel.
Yeah, baby.
I feel like I'm missing context. No, you're not. The Eternal Champion? Oh, what's Eternal Champion? But Najawin is talking about something else. It looks like there's like 4 different conversations going on right now in the chat, and I don't understand what any of them are. So I'm just going to keep spinning wheels and reading articles until one of you says something that I understand, and then I'll respond to it. Hopefully in a funny and charismatic way. We'll see. We'll see. Oh no! That's my guy. The old outline. Which shouldn't even be visible. Let's get rid of that really quickly. Eternal Champion. Okay. The 11th Doctor believed himself to be an instance of a multiversal archetype who kept the cosmic balance between law and chaos within the million spheres. Captain Cornelius was another instance of this archetype. After the end of the last Great Time War, with all the Time Lords gone, the Doctor had no direct counterparts of himself in the multiverse. However, he believed that other people existed in the multiverse who took the same actions as him to fulfill the same destiny. He called them echoes of echoes and shadows of shadows. What with there being no original instance of this archetype and all instances being reflections of each other, Cornelius describes this phenomenon as functioning like wheels within wheels. When Cornelius made his decree on Venice while he was searching for the Rugulator, the planet's inhabitants felt as if they were in audiences with the multiverse's own proud, cold soul. In various novels set in the Michael Moorcock universe, this archetype is named the Eternal Champion. Many protagonists of Moorcock novels are described as being instances of the Eternal Champion. Okay, so it's another Elric thing. Got it. Let's see. What did I just say about the writers making the Doctor super important? Yeah, I hate this stuff. I also think it's really wild, the idea that, like, the Doctor is essentially saying there, hey, you know Batman? Hey, you know Spider-Man? Hey, you know Flash Gordon? Hey, you know Luke Skywalker? They're all just, you know, pale reflections of what I'm doing. Because I'm the original hero. I'm the hero. I hate it. Stupid. Doctor Who is so important, even we watch it. It's pretty bad. Yeah, the most special person, me who consumes current thing. True. True. That you are the most special person. To be fair, didn't Amber kind of have that do that same idea? What's Amber? Who's that? What's going on there? Elaborate on that, Najawin. At length. Let's spin the wheel again. We're making good tracks today. We've done 6 already.
Yeah, baby.
I mean, I'm pretty happy about it. John St. Myth. Didn't we look this one up already? I'm pretty sure we already looked this one up, and I should have just deleted it, but I didn't, so it's going to pop up again. Either way, let me try and find it real quick. It's a little bit difficult because there's like over 200 fucking things in here now. Buttock is still in here as well. So is Cleavage. Can't find it. Can't find it. Well, fuck. I guess now we'll never know. Oh well. Alright, so what did it land on again? John St. Myth. Okay, did I put that in the TARDIS Wiki? I did. I did. I did! Oh my god! I'm so good at my job. Daktari Jonas Ambaye, more commonly called John St. Myth, was a non-human adventurer who travelled with Bernice and Dorothea Gale in the collapsing universe. His people dedicated themselves to learning what lay beyond the cosmological horizon of the expanding universe. They built great ships to bridge infinity, and all of them set out to explore beyond the edge. So he's basically a Githyanki from Baldur's Gate 3, because that's basically their deal. Slash Dark Sun, I guess. But the Doctor fled the last of these great ships in a stolen life raft. The trisected abutment reality disconnect. None of these people ever... Hang on. Why does that spell out a slur? Who wrote this? None of his people ever returned from the trip, and he occupied himself by seeking adventures within the observable universe, which would distract him from the ultimate question. He had memories of 13 once and future selves, incarnations, which he explained as ghosts. They bore symbols including a cat badge, a penny whistle, and a signet ring. According to a data fragment retrieved from the cloud storage, the Doctor was uncertain if there was a single identity behind these funhouse mirror reflections. Oh, it's from Blood Heat second iteration. Ah. Jim Mortimer. Didn't we look this up before? This is like crazy, right? This is a crazy book that completely messes up like the canon and stuff. Because John St. Myth is... oh, John Smith! Ah! Now it all makes sense. I understand that it's a copyright-free stand-in for TARDIS. However, I do not think that the copyright-free stand-in for the TARDIS should just be the word I can't say on YouTube. Do you know what I mean? I think you know what I mean. You have an official source on the canon, by the way. I'm so proud of you, Lamb. Congratulations. It's an important moment in everyone's life. Yes, but he doesn't use that word. The last one starts with the syllable dis. I've been informed that Mortimer has been kind of cancelled, so... okay. So I could lay into him as hard as I want. What did he get cancelled for? Was it being rude to disabled people by any chance? So the acronym... the last word starts with the syllable dis. Oh. Oh, I see it. Well, you know what? Still badly thought out. I'm going to stand by this. I'm going to make a stand and say that making your acronym the word I can't say on YouTube, probably not a great idea. That's a hill that I think I'm prepared to die on. And if anyone would like to die on the hill opposite me, feel free. Mortimer did a lot of drugs. So do I. I still know that's not a good idea. But he's not so much evil as off his head. Think Stephen King in his bad period. Okay. Aristide told me anti-vax stuff. Oh no. That's like hard dumb. People say that word on the YouTube all the time. It's not that you can't say it, it's that you shouldn't. Okay, the word I won't say on YouTube. How about that? I've currently, my slurs on YouTube, my slurs on the internet counter is at 0, and I would like to keep it that way when I get like put in the ground. That's my real like challenge. Let's find out if I can do it. Not harboring any bigoted thoughts does help, admittedly. I'm only saying it because it pisses me off. What pisses you off? What, the fact that people say it all the time? It pisses me off as well. I hate it too. Yeah, it's a moral thing. You hear way worse slurs in a school. I know. Doesn't make it like great though, does it? Mortimer was also known as a bit of an edgelord before the drugs. Yeah, no, I can see that from this. I can see that. His Who novels were famous for having a lot of deaths. It was an in-joke at the time. I'm okay with that. Wait, what do you mean by a lot? How many is a lot? We talking like Resurrection of the Daleks a lot? Oh no, this book was post-drugs? Ah. Okay. Hence not having the Doctor Who license, he self-published it. Ah, okay. Okay. Back in 1 sec. Sorry, guys. I'm back. Sorry about that. A lot as in basically the entire guest task would die typically or near enough. I can't really judge it. I can't really judge on that. I'm sorry. I've done that a bunch of times. I've done a bunch of the Answer Doctor stories that were like everybody dies. I can't judge on that front. I'm sorry. I really can't. Hello, 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 Soto. Hope you're doing good. Yeah, no, I can't judge on that front. His rejected for experimental novel about the First Doctor meeting Alexander the Great campaign is a fascinating read. It gets wildly metafictional. Oh, that's interesting. Craig's here. Where have you been, Craig? You can make up for it by showing up at DDLC 7 Eastern Standard Time, Soto. That is true. You can make up for it by doing that. It would be cool to see you there. You should come and hang out. Are we spinning the wheel again? I think we're spinning the wheel again. I think we should do that. I think we should blow this popsicle stand.
Yeah, baby.
Alan agrees. Is that the gaming stream? Yes, that is the gaming stream. No.
Yeah, baby.
Sure. Let's look up houses. The disambiguation page. This is either going to be really dry or like really funny. With no in-between. There's no possibility of an in-between here. Absolutely none. Kind of like politics, you know? House has several meetings pertinent to the Doctor Who universe and the real world. They are listed below in alphabetical order by surname. If no surname is available, alphabetization occurs by the disambiguation term. That is, the bit between the parentheses in a title like Waitress. Vincent and the Doctor. My mustache is not behaving today. It's going crazy. Can't wait for Housing Market Wiki Roulette. Oh my god, it's House from House. Okay. House from the Doctor's wife. House from Home Troops. House from House. Gregory House from End of Days. The chapter houses on Gallifrey. The House of Longbarrow. House from Consider Yourself One of Us. House from Don't Blink. House from Home Troops. House from The House. House, a particular building. House, a particular building. Houses of Parliament. House of Commons. House of Lords. House, a generic term for a type of home. The Great Houses of Gallifrey. The ruling houses and their corresponding chapters. The Prydonian chapter house. The Archalian chapter house. The Patrick's chapter house. The Dromian chapter house. The Cerulean chapter house. The Sendleys chapter house. House Dvora. House Tracolix. House Linacrux. House Arpexia. House Xantholips. House Miraflex. House Lolita, bunch of creeps. And one of the other great houses. The house at Pooh Center Opera House. Behind the scenes. The house. House. House at the end of the world. The House of Kingdom. That is every house in Doctor Who. Bye! There you go. It's another video. Hey Ryan, I bet you're in a house right now. How do you know that I'm in a house right now? This could be an apartment. Could be a bungalow. Could be anything. This could be a fucking shipping container for all you know. And it could just be really nicely decorated. You don't know. Should make an Animaniac song about these. I know. It's a nursing home. He's in his 30s. Yeah. Brutal but truthful. Ryan lives in a skip cannon. That would explain that fisherman in the background. What fisherman in the background? What fisherman? There's no fisherman in the background. What are you talking about? What fisherman? I need to know what way you think there's a fisherman now. Like, point at it. Oh no. Do you mean my ducky cane? Ryan clearly lives on a unicycle. It's got a single wheel. Ah! That's not true though, is it? That's not fucking true, is it? You fucking shyster? Because I have 2 wheels! And suggest things for the Fallout one, by the way. We need them for Thursday. Anyway. Back to your regularly scheduled programming. Oh, Jesus. The fisherman right there behind you. What fisherman? Yeah, it's looking at you right now. Hold on. Hold on. What are you talking about? I don't see anything. Okay, you are streaming from atop a bicycle. I could be. Could be. He's more shadow than man, but he's there. Are you talking about the ghosts? Because I know about those. Those aren't a big deal. There's one like right behind me right now. Right? One like right there. I know. Then he just moved. That's not a big deal. Alright, where were we again? How do I get off this? Why is everyone ignoring me? You haven't written a comment in ages. Oh, come on, I'm not an invisible man. Oh my god, I was as well. Don't ignore me, you fool. I joined the stream since the beginning of this stream. I don't know what fisherman you're talking about. Ghosts are completely unrelated. There's not a fisherman in here. Stop trying to gaslight me. It's not gonna work. It's working a little bit. I can't believe it's working a little bit. What's going on? It's working. Already working. What's already working?
Yeah, baby.
Goth! We're looking up goths apparently. Are goths still a thing? I thought they went extinct because of climate change. Are goths still a thing? That's a goth, right? That's a goth. I mean, they are wearing a lot of makeup. So, they're wearing like crazy clothes and a lot of makeup. It's basically a goth, right? Just leave it. Actually, yeah, you know what? You know what? This is all you're getting. For the rest of the stream, it's just going to be this image right here. How's that? How's that? Hang on. What did Also, plot twist: the blue and yellow wheel is Alan's twin brother Neil. That depends who you ask. According to some, Punk is also dead. Speaking of Neil Gaiman and Lawrence Weil, hold the fuck up. 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 What the fuck? Wait, hold on. 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 Did Lawrence Miles do a Neil Gaiman? Did that happen? Did that happen? He made a quote about Gaiman copying on goth chicks. Oh, that's not the same thing as like doing a Gaiman though, is it? Miles had posted about Gaiman being known to have sex with impressionable fans. No, hang on. Is Lawrence Miles' whole thing just that he's like a whistleblower for other people, for like powerful people doing terrible shit, and like powerful people doing terrible shit keep blacklisting him, even though all he does is like tell the truth about that shit, and now like his life is ruined because of that, and because of that he's like become this like bitter recluse and kind of like fulfilled a self-fulfilling prophecy and shit? Is that basically what the Lawrence Miles story actually is? Is that what's going on? Tell me the truth right now. What is going on? Or I'm gonna have to look it up myself, and it's very hard information to find, which means it will take a long time. And you don't have that much time, because we're doing a wheel spin. So why don't you just tell me right now, yeah, basically that's it. To be fair, the stuff in the pub can't be verified by anyone, and he was an unmedicated schizophrenic at the time. Well, to be fair, number one, I wouldn't say that just because someone is an unmedicated schizophrenic means automatically they're making shit up. Number two, the stuff that they had said before was kind of proven to all be true as well. Out of curiosity, what else did Miles say? I mean, like, my understanding is the War in Heaven stuff and, like, kind of, like, swag getting jacked. It would be interesting to, like, look through what Miles has said at some point. But yeah, no, if Lawrence Miles' whole thing is just, like, kind of being the person who whistleblows on horrible people, and he's just, like, had his life ruined for it, basically, and if the only real thing you can say against him is, well, he's schizophrenic, so we have to dismiss everything he says, because people who are schizophrenic aren't people, then, like, I don't really see how he's anything other than sympathetic, to be honest. Like, has he ever actually done anything wrong? People at the same events explicitly disagree with him as to what happened at the pub events. The thing is, Najawin, that the people who are at those events, like, they have a vested financial and social interest in what he said not being true. So can you really trust them in that circumstance? Hang on. He'll make one blog post saying Moffat is the devil because he made the Doctor important show, and then the next blog post on Gaiman's a creep in the exact same terms. So people stop taking him seriously, and it's not completely unfair / conspiracy. So, like, it's not what he said, the content of what he said that's important in the criticisms against him. It's just the tone he fucking said it in. That's what people take issue with, just so we're clear. Not the fact. People don't have issue with whether or not the fact that he was talking about people being fucking awful. Like, people don't take issue with the fact that people were being awful. People take issue with him relaying that information in the wrong tone. And that's what I'm supposed to care about more than the horrible shit. And now that we know that he was right about Neil fucking Gaiman, like, yeah, it's fucking important that he might be right about the other stuff as well. And I think it does need to be, like, looked into. Yeah, I don't know any more information, but if the best you've got is, like, he has a mental illness and his tone is a little off sometimes, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't understand why I've been, like, kind of, I guess, instructed by, like, fandom culture osmosis to, like, hate this dude and look at him as a punchline. I've made a lot of jokes at Lawrence Miles' expense on this show just because he's such a popular, like, punching bag. And I always thought that he was, like on the Ian Levine level of bad, because that's how, like, it comes across. But, like, if it's just tone policing of a whistleblower, who at the end of the day probably did have their ideas fucking stolen and put on the TV show. Like, he is responsible partially for Doctor Who being as big a hit as it was, and you will never ever see him mentioned in any of the documentaries about it. Yeah, and like you say, like, it's the one dude who's not a neurotypical getting, like, shoved out of the group by a bunch of neurotypicals, and then they steal his fucking work and then they blacklist him when he like comes out about people doing like sexual assaults and shit. And what, I'm supposed to be sympathetic to the people who cover that up? The people who I know for a fact covered up John Barrowman and covered up Noel Clarke? Like, why should I have sympathy for that? I found the page. The relevant quote was, "I really, really don't like Neil Gaiman, but I've been informed that my original way of expressing this purchase on Libel." Didn't even know yours was a joke necessarily. Well, I just know his reputation as like Mad Larry Miles, the crazy EU guy. And now I feel very unfortunate about saying those things, to be honest. This has been a little bit of a teachable moment. I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm gonna have to fucking learn more about this in another stream. I am planning on doing some more streams on Something Blue, so maybe in one of them we can look in. But I do think that we should move on though. But for those of you who are watching the video that I inevitably cut about this, subscribe to Something Blue Audio for more crazy stuff like this. But for now, we're gonna go back to the wheel. Gonna cut that little look in as well, like it's an 80s news broadcast. It's gonna be great. Okay, let's go back to the wheel. Hold on. That was unbelievable though. That was like a revelation and a half. My God. My chance of golf still sad. We barely looked at his fucking article. But yeah, his whole punching bag thing is basically a little ableist, like that Sonic fan that everyone makes fun of. Okay. To be fair, that Sonic fan that everyone makes fun of, like, I mean, they did stuff to their mum that I can't say on YouTube. So, I mean, maybe people were right about that one. But I think that's interesting, though. Someday I will roast the chat on video, Reddit exclusive. Yeah, if you're talking about Chris Chan, I'm pretty sure, like, Chris Chan, like, rocked their mum, so... Now let's read the goth page. We should read the goth page, though. For a bit of light entertainment. Yeah, that got a little bit serious there for a second. Sorry about that. Goth's full name. Well, it's alright, because we're going to lighten things up now by saying what Goth's full name was. Goth's full name was Gotha Duskirial Apolaketh, evidencing that his part of House Duskirial. He was constructed rather than born. Like most Time Lords who were created through looms in the era of Gallifreyan history due to the Pythia's curse, he was a member of the Prydonian chapter, and he had a brother called Raph who went on to sit on the High Council. Like all Time Lords, Goth was taken from his family at the age of 8 for the selection process in the Drylands, staring into the untempered schism as part of the traditional Time Lord initiation rite. Goth was driven mad by what he saw in the schism. According to the bookworm, he desired the presidency all his life for no deeper reason than an all-consuming thirst for power. This is a nice bit of light entertainment. You are right, Aristide. By a number of sources, Goth was the same individual as the similar-looking Time Lord who presided over the court which put the Second Doctor on trial following the War Games affair. Please join r/somethingblue audio. Why didn't you didn't join? It's not that hard, you lazy butt. That's not how you do it, Craig. That's not how you do it. I appreciate the energy and the enthusiasm you're coming with. But that's not how you do it. And I understand, because I'm crusty and a little rude sometimes, but I know exactly when to do it and when not to do it. Is Goth actually alt? Will we ever know? Good question. Goth is actually a regular pre-establishment Time Lord. I think it is really funny that Goth is the most establishment Time Lord. Yeah, that is pretty good. That is pretty good. That is pretty good. So I'm thinking the Neil Gaiman thing, not the Neil Gaiman thing, the Lawrence Miles thing. For the next video. It's insane that like I've been like conditioned to think of Lawrence Miles as like such an awful person, when like if he's literally just the victim of ableism, that's insane. That's insane. If you do not join r/something blue audio, Ryan will send a team of professionally trained hitmen to your home. It tried to autocorrect to Hitler and hot men. I tell you what, I can guarantee this, okay? The hitmen that I send will be hot. I can guarantee that. I only employ sexy hitmen. Okay, what marketing strategy should be employed? Teacher's own master. It depends on what context you mean. Give me a context. If you're talking like calls to action and stuff, you gotta kind of convince someone that you have value to them first before you do the call to action. And I usually don't do a call to action until, like, if I'm in a video, I'll usually tell someone to watch another video. Like that time before when I was like, hey, subscribe. That's rare for me. Usually I'll say to someone, and if you like this, then why not watch this video? Which has over an hour of Doctor Who lore. That's how you gotta do it. So people can die happy. Yeah, so people... Yeah, the idea I want is that, like, you'll die, but you'll be too horny to, like, care about that. You know, it's pretty good. I mean, the Moffat stuff does, again, appear to be unverifiable by anyone. Yeah, but he was right about Neil Gaiman. And, like, up until he turned out to be right about Neil Gaiman, that was unverifiable by anyone. And then it turned out to be fucking true. So, I don't know. And even other people have said the Moffat stuff seems to not be true, and it's clear that Miles is deliberately antagonizing him in some ways. Yeah, because, I mean, like, the dude's career got destroyed. And then he gets to see Moffat enjoy the career that he, like, could have had. Of course he's going to be fucking better. No, the Gaiman stuff had some whispers, not super common, but some. Good answer, convince them that they have value as first principle. That's another thing too, like, you've got to know exactly who your audience is. Like, I had a rough idea when I did Tardis Wiki of what the average Tardis Wiki, like, viewer would be, and so far that's turned out to be exactly true. Oh, that reminds me, is anyone caught up on Tardis Eruditorum? I don't know what that is. I'm quite curious, though. I am quite curious. Alright, let's take a look. Take a look at this. Okay. Ready to spin the wheel? And then I'll... Actually, wait, let me take a look, because it looks like you guys are discussing stuff. Wait. Miles felt like Moffat had bullied him at the Fitzroy Tavern in a kind of patronizing high school jock-like way, not like vicious abuse. That... Yeah, I mean, to be fair, Moffat does kind of seem like a patronizing high school jock. And I mean, Moffat has like Moffat's wife was a high-up producer at the BBC. So, like, Moffat's always... kind of been a nepo husband, you know what I mean? And I'm saying that as like a huge Moffat fan. Like, it's tricky for me. Put it on the wheel. I'll put Tardis Eruditorum on the wheel. But yeah, like, I don't know, because like, what I see is a lot of Lawrence Miles's ideas and a lot of Lawrence Miles's original concepts showed up in RTD and Moffat's work, like later on, and then RTD and Moffat both got really high profile careers and loads of money and financial security for Lawrence Miles's ideas. So like, I don't think you can discount what Miles is saying just because he hates these people, because of course he's going to hate these people. They like stole success from him. Like, I don't know. I feel like that you need to sit down and watch that H Bomber Guy video. Like, plagiarism is like a serious thing. Like, I've had my work taken before by, like, other fan doctor people, and it does feel fucking awful when that happens. And, like, that happened to someone that I fell out with, and just because I fell out with them, it's okay that they plagiarize me? Like, that doesn't make sense. I don't know. Like, I'm not with that. I'm not with that as a line of argument, to be honest. Personally. And, like, those ideas are straight up lifts as well. Like, what's that H-Bomber Guy video? I missed some of this stream. H-Bomber Guy did a 5-hour video about plagiarism that was the most successful YouTube video about 2023. So I feel like now no one has any excuse to not understand why plagiarism is, like, bad. And, like, if Miles was plagiarized by the Doctor Who showrunners, which is entirely possible, if not probable, I don't think we should just discount that. And go like, hey, you're not... Lawrence Miles isn't allowed to personally dislike them for stealing his career. Like, he's not allowed to take that personally. I think that's an insane standard to put on a neurotypical person. I think it's an impossible standard to put on a neurotypical person. I think putting it on a person with, like, schizophrenia is unbelievably unfair. And I can only assume you're doing that because you're not really thinking it through. It's kind of a... wasn't it plagiarized? I don't know the exact specifics, but I do know that as an artist, you shouldn't steal other artists' work. Like, that's clear cut for me. Treat them with respect and hold a desire for them to live very good lives far away from you. Yes, 100%. My Life with the New God King was written before Moffat took over. Well, I don't know what that is. Do you know the names of the vlogs and shit? Miles is also diagnosed autistic. So am I. So am I. Feel a bit of kinship there. Lots of people are autistic though, especially in the Doctor Who world. Let's take a look. All right.
Yeah, baby.
Lee Jae Young. Why don't we take a look? Oh. Lee Jae Young was the second South Korean in space. In 2015, he made a video of himself singing Gangnam Style at the International Space Station. He was killed when the station was destroyed by a Hyperion, falling to Earth. At first, hang on, let's make sure that we see his face so that he is remembered, because he was an astronaut and all astronauts are heroes. Who wrote this? Who wrote this? I need to know. I need to know. I need to know who wrote this. I need to know right fucking now who wrote this. Yeah, he looks like the sort of person who'd, looks like the sort of person who'd be like, I'm going to introduce a Korean character to Doctor Who, and then I'm going to have them sing Gangnam Style, and then I'm going to kill them. Yeah, looks like the sort. Robbie Morrison. Looks like it's mostly just comics and stuff, and I imagine the rest of them are not too dissimilar from that. Well, that's unfortunate. I also hate Gangnam Style. I don't hate Gangnam Style. I think Gangnam Style is actually a pretty good song that, if you actually learn what the song's about, has some pretty on point social commentary, actually. There's quite a lot of depth to Gangnam Style that is often misunderstood by Western audiences. It's actually about a specific district in Seoul. And it's about, like, rich people, like, doing ridiculous rich people things and how disgusting that is. In a lot of ways, it's a predecessor to Squid Game. It's very good. I'll defend Gangnam Style. My issue is, like, having a South Korean character show up and, like, do Gangnam Style and then die. Like, I shouldn't have to tell you that's pretty fucking racist and bad, and you shouldn't do it. It's reducing a character to a stereotype just to fucking remove them. And I'm the person who said the Flood was kind of racist. So, like, at me, frankly. Anyway, let's spin the wheel again. Let's spin the wheel again. Because that was I left a bad taste in my mouth.
Yeah, baby.
Fantastic! I dread to think what the Whoniverse has to say about Japan. We're going to find out together, though. Scared. We're going to play a fun game together called Is It Racist with Ryan. Why does Alan never land on the pages I want? I know. I know. That reminds me, Destry or racist human nature lady, pick your ideal companion. Doctor Who's representation of anyone not British sucks. I agree, it does suck. It does suck. What doesn't suck, though, is the video that we're all going to make together now, though. I've got, like, 3 videos out of the stream, by the way. It's been a bit of a cracker. Been a cracker of a stream. It's been a really good one. Sailor Moon is canonical. And its representation of the British is air at best. I will say, as much as I rag on Russell T Davies, and I do rag on Russell T Davies quite a lot, he does know how to. I'm a council estate boy, okay? I'm from Tower Hamlets originally, and like he does know how to write a good council estate. Like, Jackie Tyler is one of my favorite Doctor Who characters because she's just my mum, basically. My dad is Graham, if you're wondering, but racist, basically. That was a joke if you're watching, Mum and Dad. I love you. You can't tell me I'm not right, though. Logan Paul incident moment. The US representation is so bad. I agree. Sometimes I'm a little offended by the US representation. It is pretty bad. Okay. God damn it. I'm already seeing bad stuff. Funnily enough, it's Torchwood stuff, because of course it is. Okay, let's read through this article. Yup! Logan Paul after he sees a corpse. Setting a story would be in Massachusetts would be the easiest thing in the world to do because it's actually like the UK to some extent. Hang on. Before we start this segment, and it's fine because I can edit it out. Hang on. I wanna do something really quickly. Really quick. It's important. Oh my god, 1.2k views.
Oh, then I say.
Sick. Here you go. If you want a story set in Massachusetts, here is a 3-part story set in Massachusetts. It's called Doctor Who Interloper. and it stars a very handsome man and a very beautiful lady that you may know. And it's really, really good, and it's the first one we ever did. So it's a little rough around the edges, but it's pretty great. Here you go, in the link. Check that shit out. There you go. First ever Something Blue audio drama is set in Massachusetts. Although really in American media, anyone who isn't American is an antagonist at some point. Except for Irish people. Irish people are almost never the antagonist in modern American media. Except in cop shows, I guess. You're all just a bit of land stapled onto London. That may be economically true. But it's not culturally true. Whispering Ryan plugged the casting call with the live server while talking about Something Blue audio dramas. Yeah, actually, yeah. Who Designs is running a new show. It's an alternate version of the 14th Doctor that regenerates after the Timeless Children, after leaving the Matrix. They're running a casting call for it right now. It's in the Something Blue Live Discord. So you should check that out if you're interested in being in it. I know one of you has already expressed interest. More of you should express interest. Why not voice act in a Something Blue audio? It could be a laugh. Who knows? Who dares to dream? Legend, you're the best. No worries, mate. Happy to do it. Okay, now let's continue making this video segment. I mean, this stream. Japan, also known as Nippon, was an island nation off the coast of East Asia within the northern and eastern hemispheres of Earth. The capital city was Tokyo. According to Santiago Jones, in 2010, Japan was 80% forest. I did not know. Is that true? I don't know if that's true. Might be true. Hi there, Thomas Aheen. Good to see you. One's 88th birthday was a joyous year for the Japanese. As such, Toshiko Sato celebrated her grandfather's by going from Cardiff to London to watch some grown men throw rice. And that, unsurprisingly, is from the Torchwood episode, Captain Jack Harkness. And it's a little bit of a grey area on the game. Is this racist? Because on the one hand, they have Tosh saying it, but on the other hand, a white man almost certainly wrote this episode. Let's find out who wrote this episode. Oh! I was wrong. It was a white lady who wrote this episode. Well, that certainly shows me. This is exactly what everyone from Japan does. Source Torchwood. It is true, the best way to learn about Japanese culture is to watch Torchwood. Japan's imperial court was established in 794 at the city of Heian-kyo, which was renamed Kyoto 3 centuries later. During the 14th century, the role of the Kamakura shogunate was ended with the restoration of the emperor Go-Daigo, but this was short-lived. Civil war eventually forced the emperor to flee to Yoshino in 1336, and Kyoto was captured by the Ashikaga shogunate, beginning the Muromachi period in Japanese history. The Ninth Doctor, Rose Tyler, and Jack Harkness visited Kyoto in 1336, whilst the Battle of Minatogawa was fought between Imperial forces and the Ashikaga. The 11th Doctor and Rory Williams briefly visited medieval Japan. The 7th Doctor and Chris Shui visited Japan in 1560. During the 1630s, Japan was ruled by the 3rd Tokugawa shogun, who implemented the policy of sakoku, in isolating the country from the rest of the world due to a suspicion of Westerners and the spread of Christianity into Asia. The Master and the TARDIS take the 8th Doctor and Izzy Sinclair to Japan in the early 17th century, during an isolationist period to witness the chaos being caused by the alien Gaijin. The Doctor had intended to land in the 10th century's Heian period. The clan Rikushira plotted to use the Gaijin's technology to depose the shogun. The Doctor witnessed the Earth's fury at the Japanese island of Okushiri in 1720. She criticizes racism now. She might have been more lax in the 2000s. She might have just not known. that it was a little bit of a weird thing to say. Like, it's a bit of a weird thing to have the one Japanese character in your show bring up something from Japanese culture and they go, that's stupid. Bit weird. Chris Shui is Sigma, apparently. Love Chris Shui, famous Japanese folklore hero, clearly. No, that's a different Shui, the Shuian of many. It's true. In the 1820s, the first Doctor, Susan, Barbara, and Ian Chesterton visited Kyushu in Japan, where they were captured by Daimyo Taikagi Mamoru and taken to Nagomi Castle. They managed to escape with Mamoru's blessing after the castle was laid siege to by the army of Shogun Tokugawa Ieyasu. Hang on, you don't escape from someone with that person's blessing. That's just called being let go. That's just called being allowed to leave. What the fuck is this getting at? It'd be like saying Americans throw burgers at each other or French throwing snails at each other. No, they literally do throw rice. They do throw rice. That's a real thing that they do at 88th birthdays. That isn't the issue. The issue is that her saying it in a dismissive way is a bit weird. And yes, we do eat a lot of fucking burgers. I escaped from this dream with Ryan's blessing, like in Star Wars. You just checked it? Cool. I already knew that. Because I'm mad of the world. In the mid-19th century, United States warships sailed into Edo Harbor and demanded a trade agreement with the hitherto isolationist Japan. The shogun accepted the demand, ending the policy of Sakoku. At a later stage, Edo was renamed Tokyo. In 1905, soldiers from the Russo-Japanese War were abducted by the warlords for use in their war games. Japan became involved in World War I against Germany, having an agreement with Britain. In the run-up to the Pacific War/World War II, it became Japan's ambition to unite Asia under the Asian Co-Prosperity Sphere. The Imperial Japanese Army invaded the northeastern province of Manchuria in 1931 and reorganized it into the puppet state of Manchukuo in 1932, occupied by the Kwantung Army. They subjugated the Chinese peasants and used them as slaves and test subjects, while seeking to develop biological weapons in Zhongma Fortress, in preparation for further conflict against China or the Soviet Union. Pros, The Shadow of Wen Chai-ang. In 1932, Shanghai placed sanctions on Japanese trade. Japanese soldiers were deployed onto the streets and clashed with the Chinese before Western powers intervened. Major Ryuji Matsu promised Sun Chi Lee that Shanghai would one day fall to Japan. He also claimed Japan was attempting to expand their rule to China to restore order to the nation, which was divided by the struggle between the nationalists and communists. In February 1936, a military revolt by 1st Infantry Division broke out in Tokyo in support of the Kodo-ha faction of the army. Numerous government ministers and civil servants were killed before the revolt was put down by imperial decree, leaving the Tosei-ha in charge of the army, but they were much more susceptible to the Kodo-ha pressure. But guys, what snacks should you go buy after stream? That's a good question. And here was me, thinking this would be an interesting video, but it's just a Japanese history lesson. And while that is pretty interesting, it is also not what we're here for. So, oh, hello, look, it's me! And Felicia! Oh my god. Okay, back to the wheel. Wow, Ryan's favourite Torchwood character. My favourite Torchwood character is Reese, okay? It's clearly Reese. It's gotta be Reese. Why would it be anyone other than Reese? Oh my god, you look so young. What happened? Well, that photo was taken like 4 years ago. 5 years ago. Shit. That photo was taken 5 years ago. So, I mean, 5 years, I guess, happened. 5 years and a full beard. Alright, let's spin the wheel again. Alan, you want to go again?
Yeah, baby.
Alan always wants to go again. Gallifrey Under 10 Swimathon. Let's take a look. The 13th Doctor claimed to have once placed first in the Gallifrey Under 10 Swimathon, a swimming competition which took place on Gallifrey. She used this to introduce herself facetiously to Space Lord Drow, First Admiral of the Fleet, fourth of his line, whom she regarded as a tyrant. She also quipped that she was 13th in her line. Pros, the secret in Vault 13. Okay. How many rounds can Alan go? Quite a few. He eats a lot of celery. And he drinks a lot of pineapple juice. So quite a few, I would imagine. Let's spin the wheel.
Yeah, baby.
Night of the Living Dead. Let's go. Yeah, rewatch later. You'll find it. Hey, Moosey! Spooky's Jump Scare Mansion. I might actually be playing Spooky's Jump Scare Mansion. That is true. That's a good point, actually. On Thursdays, from now on. New thing that's happening on Wild Magic before I read this next article. Oh, Night of the Living Dead. There we go. On Thursdays on Wild Magic, from now until perpetuity, I'm going to be playing some horror games. So if you would like to see me get scared out of my fucking mind, then tune in on Thursdays on Wild Magic for horror games. The other days it's just Warframe, but on that day it's horror games, so check that out. Yeah, you can suggest some, you can. You can suggest some, and I might even play some of them too. But yeah, we're doing Doki Doki Literature Club tonight though, so make sure to check that out. And if I don't finish Doki Doki Literature Club tonight, then I will be playing it on Thursday, and that will be Thursday's game. Let's take a look. Suggest something, Lab. Yeah, suggest something, Lab. Might happen, who knows? Bush will fire. Yeah, if you're going to make the shrub route for Doki Doki Literature Club as a mod, I will play that. I will play that on Twitch, yes. For those who don't know, on Doki Doki Literature Club, I have chosen for my romance choice a shrub in the background in the first sprite of the game. We already did this. We did, but we'll do it again because it's like a second long. While being dragged into the home of Keith Samuels by Gwen Cooper to defend the property against a zombie horde, Reese Williams asked her if she had ever seen Night of the Living Dead. Wouldn't he know that? Because he's like her girlfriend? That's really weird. Have you ever seen popular movie Night of the Living Dead, Gwen Cooper, who is my girlfriend? Yes, I have. Reese guy, who is my boyfriend. What do you think of popular movie Night of the Living Dead? I think it is somewhat applicable to our present situation, Gwen, who is my girlfriend. I am cheating on you with Owen, said Gwen. What? Said Reese. Oh, nothing, said Gwen. Now, I wrote some Torchwood dialogue. What do you think? While being dragged... I already read that bit. Fuck. Okay. It's because I see the text. I'm like, have I read that yet? I just assume I haven't yet. And start again. We can do another spin or two. Let's take a look. Doctor where? Doctor what? Oh. My goodness. Okay then. Well. So, this is Dr. Ware. And Dr. Ware was an old pal of Dr. Doctor who stayed at the Star Shed while the Doctor was on holiday. When Dr. Doctor went on holiday, he rented out the Star Shed on Space B&B, with Dr. Ware renting it out in this time. The Doctor had told Ware that Patience and AIEIO would have everything prepared for Ware to have a wonderful and relaxing week in the Star Shed. Patience, on the advice of AIEIO, attempted to put together a welcome basket for their guest. However, she was only able to find a smelly old sock, a rubber chicken, and a mouldy banana. Ware soon arrived, with some confusion arriving from Dr. Ware's name. Patience believing that she was asking where she was, having found that many of the luxuries the Star Shed was advertised as having were not actually present, such as a window, a bathroom, a sauna, or 16 acres of freshly mowed gardens. Though they had an ice sculpture of Michael McIntyre, this had melted by the time Dr. Ware had arrived. Disappointed, Ware demanded to have been given a welcome basket, to which Patience reluctantly complied. Okay. I think that we've read enough of this. I think we should spin again.
Yeah, baby.
Spin again. Fucking Dr. Law. We already did this one. We're spinning again.
Yeah, baby.
Alright, time to go on a random page, I guess. Okay. Oh. One. Sfild was a Sontaran soldier during the time invasion of the Crimean War. At some point, he was sent by Commander Skak to spy and assess the British Army when he was injured by a cannonball to the back and brought to Mary Seacole's British Hotel. The Doctor arrived and told Sfild she would reveal the whereabouts of the Sontaran's greatest foe, the Doctor, if he would convince Skak of a parley with her. Sfild accepted and was released to return to the Sontaran encampment behind a camouflage shield. He told Skak the information, but was mercifully executed for his shame. That's from TV, The War of the Sontarans. Hang on. British teeth aren't that bad, they're statistically better than Americans. I mean, the thing is, you say that, but is that just true because of the South? Is that true because of the South heavily dragging the curve down? Because I guarantee British teeth are worse than New Englander teeth. New England people generally have way better teeth. That's something I'll say. Although New England is basically its own country at this point. Oh. All right, let's spin the wheel.
Yeah, baby.
Ooh. Ooh, what's this? This looks interesting. Necros. Streets Doctor Who advertisement. Oh. I don't even know what this is. I like it when I don't know what it is. It's like a moment of beautiful suspense before I find out it's some bullshit. Okay. Necros was a shapeshifter known to the Doctor. When the Fourth Doctor entered the control room of the TARDIS with K9 and observed the Doctor Who ice cream... Arrived after the Doctor mentioned the ice cream's interstellar choc chips disguised as the Doctor, with the Doctor complimenting his clever disguise. Necros attempted to fire a device towards the ice cream, but the beam was deflected back at him. The Doctor reflected that it was a pity Necros couldn't stay. What is this? Oh! A Streets Doctor Who advertisement was produced in 1981 to advertise the Streets Doctor Who ice cream. The advertisement was first released in late November 1981 in Australia. The promotional campaign had an extremely short run due to Peter Davison already having premiered as the Fifth Doctor by the time the advertisement aired. The segment is of great note for being the first known licensed Doctor Who animation ever created. The Doctor and K9 hunt for the very first Doctor Who ice cream. Quality entertainment here on Tardis Wiki Roulette. Wouldn't you agree? Okay, let's spin again. Hold on. Where'd the wheel go? Where'd my fucking wheel go? Where'd the fucking thing go? Hold on. Hold on. I'm doing something wrong here. Why is the intro playing again? I don't know what happened there. Whole thing just went wrong for a second. I like this because it's one of the very few cartoon Doctor Who things that is true. Inscription's fun but more puzzly. Beginner's Guide was scary. Buckshot Roulette could be good if everyone's in the room. Postal is fun. Puppet Master the game. Those all sound fun. Backshot Roulette. Is that a comparable experience to the Max Headroom incident? It was a little bit weird, to be fair. Spin soon, please. I'm actually literally about to do a spin. It's fine. It's fine. You're fine. We've done pretty well today, though, I have to say.
Yeah, baby.
Alan thinks so. Oh, God. Oh, God. Why? Alright, time to learn about the Lord of all evil. Okay. Rupert Murdoch was a businessman involved with the media on Earth. In the late 20th and early 21st centuries, the Master used Rupert to organise his media interests on Earth. Rupert's brain, however, had been swapped for the brain of a backdrop. Lucas Samuel Carnes described Dara Morgan as a cross between Murdoch, Richard Branson, and Bill Gates. Ooh. Shauna Thompson believed that the Murdochs controlled the media and that they were behind the BBC, denying that they had any footage of the Royal Hope Hospital incident. Leo Proctor claimed that Shauna did not really believe in the mysterious happenings that they talked about on the Blue Box File podcast, believing instead that everything is the FBI or CIA or Rupert Murdoch. I think it's weird when people are like, the FBI is covering stuff up. I get people saying the CIA do it, because they literally do, and we know that they do. And, like, you're kind of a fucking idiot if you don't think that they do. But, like, the FBI's job is to, like, catch serial killers and shit. Like, they're not doing these huge, like, cover-ups. I don't know, they're just cops. Like, they're just, like, elite cops, basically. Like, their job is to catch, like, serial killers and, like white-collar criminals and shit like that. Like drug kingpins and stuff. And half the time when that happens, they have to fucking, they have to defer it to the Department of, like, Tobacco and Firearms and shit. So, I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. I know that a lot of Doctor Who writers don't really know how, like, America works. But, it's always a little embarrassing. I don't know. He was portrayed by Ben Miller in Tracy Ullman's show and Tracy Breaks the News and voiced by Dan Castellaneta in several episodes of The Simpsons. Okay. Not a particularly interesting one, but that's okay. Let's spin the wheel again.
Yeah, baby.
Hey! Walkers! Like the Crispies. Who can tell me in the chat? In the chat. Let's see who knows this. Quick pop quiz for everyone in the chat. What are Walker's Crisps called everywhere else in the world? What are Walker's Crisps called everywhere else in the world? And if you're one of our non-British viewers, and I know there's a lot of you, just think, what does the logo that I'm about to highlight resemble? 1 second. 1 second. There you go. There you go. Yeah, everyone knows. Everyone knows. Cool. 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 I'm glad that everyone knows. A Pringle. It is Lay's, yes. Even I know that, and I'm a fan, Doctor Who. Oh, God. Pringle 2. This time there's more Pringle. The shorts still have errors somehow. Oh my god, imagine extra thick Pringles. Oh my god. Be so good. Isn't that basically just kettle chips though? Kettle chips are basically extra thick Pringles and they're pretty good. Okay. Walker's was a brand of crisps. Flavors of Walker's included cheese and onion and barbecue, as well as ones which came in red, green and yellow packets. Let me see if I still remember this. The red ones are ready salted. The green ones are cheese and onion, but there's sometimes salt and vinegar because cheese and onion and salt and vinegar get like mixed around. You know what I mean? I don't remember what the yellow packets are. No, the cheese, they're blue now. They've swapped them. When I was a kid, Who Designs, when I was your age, when I was a little tyke, they were blue. They were the other way around. Salt and vinegar was blue and cheese and onion was green. Okay. I still think cheese and onion crisps are probably gross. Honestly, they're really not that bad. They're really not that bad. So, didn't green and yellow keep swapping? I know yellow used to be cheddar and something else. Oh. Know what? Fuck the short. Gonna make a roast. Make a roast. Go for it. Craig, if you ever want to make shorts, try CapCut. CapCut's really good for making shorts. It's what I use for the YouTube shorts that you've been seeing on the channel lately. By the way, did you guys see the last two shorts from Tardis Wiki Roulette that I put out on the shorts feed? They have 1,000 views, like, between themselves. Like, they each have, like, over 500 views. Well done. Well done. 500 more people have seen Tardis Wiki Roulette. I'll check them out after the stream. Go for it. Chex Mix is better than chips. Crisps for you, barbarian. Yes, that was all of us. We used our cloned legions, clearly. Oh, dear. I think it's weird that, like, so here's a fun piece of back-end data for all of you, okay? So 121 people watch TardisWiki Wiki Roulette. Then we have 121 returning viewers, like every month on TardisWiki Wiki Roulette, which are pretty good numbers for a live stream. Okay, but like I wonder, like, what's the experience like watching this as a VOD? Like, what's it like watching this back? Like, I imagine it's a very different experience to the live one. And if anyone who has watched a VOD of this, like, can educate me on what it's like to watch a VOD of this, like, let me know. I'm really curious. Let me know. Let me know. Najawin, stop picking fights with the entire chat. Like, they're called crisps, okay? They're little bits of a potato. They're little shavings of a potato, like, fucking cooked in oil to be crispy. Like, the crispiness is the whole fucking deal. They're crisps. Ryan, can you do a poll about the name? About what name? What name thing are we talking about, mate? You are historically wrong. I don't give a fuck if I'm historically wrong. They were crisps versus chips. Hang on. Hang on. End poll. Batman won the poll, by the way. Hang on. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. There you go. Crisps or chips? I did a poll. Fries are chips of potatoes, by the way. Do you even know what a chip is? I am wrong. We're letting democracy decide, Najawin. Statistics show that 80% of people are correct. Redo the poll, it will be the same result. And 20% of people were objectively wrong. Really, these things should be called slices? Yeah. No, you're right. You're right, Xavier. They should, but they're not. They're called crisps. This isn't about Shudland. We don't live in Shudland. Ah, Shudland. That beautiful place where the football team gets their asses kicked every year by Reality High. As my mother would say, a chip is a thing that goes on a butty, but she's to say that about a crisp. Ryan, thoughts on Brexit? Probably a bad idea in retrospect. You will probably think it's maths as well. It's maths, there's more than one number. Hang on. I call it math, I don't say maths. I say math, to be fair. You wouldn't call it maths rock. It's mathematics. There we go. Start the poll. How many of you voted? 6 votes. Nice. It's Greek. I'm just gonna let you fight amongst yourselves for the rest of the stream. What's 9 plus 10? 19.
Yeah, baby.
Let's spin the wheel one more time. One more time. We've been here for almost 2 hours. One more time. Why do I say words? Fine. I'll fucking look up Earth 616's multiverse. By some accounts, the universe wherein Spider-Man was a real person existed in its own multiverse and was separated in the omniversal spectrum from the Doctor's multiverse. Sources differed on whether the numbering 616 was part of an omniversal naming scheme or a naming scheme for this particular multiverse built around superheroes. And some accounts treated the multiverse as a singular name for all realities, not of a specific subgrouping. Esterav claimed that the Doctor, by their 8th incarnation, had never interacted with another multiverse, including this one, but some sources showed the 7th Doctor interacting with inhabitants of this multiverse. Dr. Henry P. Stanton believed that Roma had called the chief position in whatever godforsaken corner of the omniverse in which he'd been living. Does the Doctor exist in the multiverse where Spider-Man and Superman met? Probably. I hate the idea of multiple multiverses. Me too. Me too. I hate this law, by the way. Me too. I don't understand why there can't just be one multiverse. And, like, everyone's just like, tee-hee, we might all be, like, related. Like, surely, like, if the multiverse is real, and if the multiverse is real, and if the first point of divergence is the Big Bang, surely what would actually happen is all of the, like, say you've got the Marvel universe multiverse, and you've got the Dragon Ball multiverse, and you've got the Doctor Who multiverse. They're all part of the same multiverse. They just branch off at much earlier points in the timeline than, say, 2 universes with slightly different Batmans. Like, that's how it works. Clearly. And then, like, then you can have it be that the different laws of physics that these universes, that these different collections of universes have, would have all formed at that stage of, like, divergence. That makes way more sense as law than writers can't help themselves with scale creeping, though. They always use the multiverse for fan wank, or ROC villain is going to destroy the multiverse. Well, yeah, that's a separate issue to what I'm talking about, though. Big Bang didn't happen. We're all a product of an out-of-control Sims game. It's funny. Infinite amount of numbers between 1 and 2. None of them are free. Ryan, will you destroy the multiverse eventually? I don't think it is separate. I don't even know. I'm saying that Marvel, Doctor Who, and DC, and Star Trek, and Godzilla, and Final Fantasy all exist in the same multiverse. What I'm saying is they're all branches, they're all different branches of the same tree, and the divergence point between them is just like an much earlier point on, like, the cosmological scale. And that's how you kind of separate them, if you want to separate them at all. But really, there's no separation, and they're all part of the same, like, cosmic macro entity, basically. That's kind of how I look at it. The reason writers say multiple multiverses exist is partly to compensate for all the... No, all the multiverses ending storylines have the same stakes. Like, every time the multiverse is at threat, it's every universe. Like, at the end of the 3rd Final Fantasy remake game, when Sephiroth is going to threaten the multiverse, that's going to threaten Batman. That's going to threaten Spider-Man. That's going to threaten Charlie Brown. That's going to threaten Winnie the Pooh. That's going to threaten Dr. Fuck-Mothering Who. It's going to affect every single one of them, because the multiverse is one place. That's how I feel. Everything is canon to everything else. Because they're all just stories made by human beings. It's the glorious tapestry of the artistic efforts of the human race. It's probably the most important thing we've done as a species. Yeah, apparently we died in Crisis on Infinite Earths, but were brought back by 2015 Secret Wars. That's great. Doesn't that sound amazing? That's bizarre. What's bizarre? The Crisis on Infinite Earths thing, I agree, is bizarre. That's on the Marvel Wiki. It's all canonical, and that's why I dislike these plots. Writers aren't playing ball with each other. Oh, I see. Yeah, no, I agree. I think writers should play ball with each other. I agree. Stop covering up my message, guys. It's not a dead body. I just like tying strings between things. Yeah, it's good to tie strings between things. I agree. Wholeheartedly, I agree. Okay, I am like leaving now, but I will be back in an hour on Twitch. So make sure to check me out on Twitch Wild Magic for Doki Doki Literature Club. It was a really good stream last time. Let's see if we can repeat that. For bye now, for now, and I hope you all have a wonderful night. Goodbye then, and have a wonderful time, and hopefully I will see some of you tonight. Bye!